All right, I think I'm the host, so I'm admitting people now.
Yep. So I'll pass over full duties to you and holler if there's a problem.
Okay.
Dash back in. So.
Got Miss Elia, Juvie. Hi, ladies. Got Adelma joining us. Welcome, everybody. We've got Attack of the Cat with Elise. That's fun. My cat was doing that to me last night. It was funny.
It's because I'm eating real fast. He's like, "What you doing, mommy?"
Yeah. He wants them.
He's a smart kitty.
The smart ones are usually the good ones.
Oh, he's the best. Aren't you, Raven?
I love that. I'm such a cat person. Us cat people don't get to talk about our cats as much as the dog people, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Unfortunately, I just lost my fur baby, my dog of 15 years, my husky.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But 15 years, I can't complain, you know? I mean, I'm blessed.
That's
have,
good.
Yeah, but I have two cats, two black cats. Raven here, he's 4 on Halloween.
Oh, how funny. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. That's great.
Yeah. How many cats do you have?
Just one kitty, but I've had so many kitties before. Yeah, I'm like a total like cat lady at heart, so it's all good. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love cats, but no, I've always had dogs. I've always had a mixture of everything, really. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, we're animal people. We love animals.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Bill. How are you?
Good.
We've got some.
Trying to stay off 7th Street.
What's going on with 7th Street?
Oh, they've got it knocked down both ways. It's just a nightmare.
Is there a march going on?
No, right. There's road work right in front of the VA. They're almost finishing that. Now they've got it at the on-ramp to the freeway going east.
Gotcha.
So
wow.
Neither one is fun.
Geez, I'm sorry about that. I'm going to try to avoid that as much as I can today then.
Might want to do that.
Thanks for the heads up. We've still got people trickling in, so let's just give it a couple minutes after the hour, guys, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Many of you I have met before, but many I have not, so welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Some of you took AMP with me, I'm pretty sure. It's going to be me flying solo today, so I'm not going to have a moderator or anything, so I got to wait a little bit until I've got most people in, because there's a waiting room feature now that you have to allow people in. You can't just like let people trickle in like you used to be able to. It's a security thing that they're doing now with Zoom, which makes it a little more challenging, but at least it's a lot safer, you know?
Hi, Nick. How are you?
Good, Krista. How are you?
I'm fabulous. Are you doing the Canva class?
I am.
Okay, great. Okay.
Well, I'm glad you think so. That's good.
Good to see you. I'll mute myself now.
Yeah, no worries. Good to see you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay. A couple more minutes. How's everybody's day going? Are we all having a good day so far? Pretty good. Got some head nods. That's good. Good. It's beautiful outside. I don't know if it's getting a little warmer. I know that, but It is beautiful outside. We have to appreciate the blue skies, even if it's a million degrees, right? Considering all the fires that we've had. So we have to be appreciative of that. Yeah, I got a hot but great for sure. Oof, they just keep trickling in, don't they? Okay. All right, guys, I will go ahead and just kind of introduce what we're going to do today. So we're going to be going over the tool Canva. It is a neutral, third-party creative, amazing tool. It's literally probably my favorite marketing tool out there right now, at least to say. And I like it a lot because it's super easy to use. That's one of my favorite things about it. For those of you that have like a little marketing guru inside you, I think if you've never heard of Canva and this is your first time being acquainted with it, I think you're going to love it. But overall, I'm going to jump in today. We're going to kind of do an overview of how the tool works. I am not an expert at every single thing that Canva has to offer. I can honestly tell you that. So if you have questions, we will figure it out, work it out together. If I don't know the answer, I'll find out for you. Okay. I use Canva mostly for my YouTube channel, for my social media, things like that, just being able to create graphics and, just again, have a really nice, beautiful feel piece that's so easy to create. The nice thing about Canva is you can make pieces in about 2-3 minutes, even seconds, if you take some of their pre-created templates. So got a few more trickling in here. All right. Okay, let's just hope that they don't, not too many more people like come on in and we could just have like a nice intimate setting. Okay, all right. Welcome, guys. Let's get going. I'm going to share my screen and we will get going. Okay, can everybody see my screen? Yes. Okay, fantastic. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and minimize you guys here. So Canva, again, you go to canva.com in order to get there, guys. It is a free tool, so keep that in mind. You don't have to pay to use Canva. Now, I do upgrade to the Pro feature, and I'm going to be going over kind of a combination of features between Pro and the free version, but you don't have to pay for this. So just know that, like, I'm a big fan of free, so this is a free tool. You will notice that some of the better graphics, better photos, things that you can use on the platform are part of the Pro version. I think it's only $12.95 a month in order to use Canva Pro, so it's not a huge expense. If you create a team on Canva, get more of like what they call a corporate account where you can have shared designs amongst many team members. I think that's more like $35 or $39 a month. But realistically, if you upgrade just to the Pro version, that should be plenty sufficient for you. And we're just going to kind of walk through what your dashboard here is like. Now, keep in mind, Canva's slogan is design anything, because you truly can design anything. And what I love about Canva is that when you search for a template or a design, or like, let's say you want to search for something in this search bar, like Facebook post, you'll notice that they have, basically sizes for Facebook ads, Facebook event covers, Facebook posts. Because I notice a lot of times in real estate, our biggest concern is finding the right dimensions for things. You guys ever upload an image and have it cut off or too small or pixelated and you get frustrated? You will never have that issue again if you format it with Canva. So that's one of the big bonuses of using this tool that I personally like a lot. Up here at the very top, I don't use these tabs very much. I kind of go for whatever I want to create and design. That's really how it's built. It's kind of like a, hey, get to canva.com, log in and go. But if you want to kind of, peruse some of their other features that they have to offer, at the top here, you're going to see this learning tab. They literally have tons and tons of videos and graphics to walk you through how to do graphic design, to walk you through how to do social media marketing, to walk you through just how to use Canva to create a brand, everything. So if you want to take some of their courses, tutorials, even just check out their blog, they have all of this right here, which is really cool for you. So if you're one of those that likes to just like absorb as much content as possible, go ahead and check out the Learn tab. I actually really like the one on branding. There's kind of some neat, good tips and tricks on how to create a good brand and whatnot, and something that's like seamless with whoever your company is, like Coldwell Banker, Coastal Alliance, Coldwell Banker, Associated Brokers, so on and so forth. Up here at the top, they've got this features tab. Again, I don't use this a lot because a lot of the items that are located here are actually accessible from when you're creating a piece. But if you want to, you can access their photos here. a lot of people use Canva just for its content. Like they like to use, let's say, Adobe Photoshop or another program. You can come in here and just take content from here. You could just take, you know, graphics, photos, all kinds of stuff like that, if that's how you want to use it. Again, there's no right or wrong answer here. But if you click on these photos, there's different categories and you can just shop for photos, just shop for like icons or different, what do you call it, marketing logos and things like that through that tab. I think I've got somebody in my waiting room. Okay, there we go, they're in. So that's under the features category. Keep in mind too, oops, don't do that to me. Let's hope I don't have internet issues like yesterday. That would be really fun. So under the features tab, they've also got these apps here. So for those of you that are a little bit more adventurous, you can actually embed, oh man, people keep popping into the training. It's making it really hard. Under the features tab, they have things like Google Maps, YouTube videos, things that you actually can embed into your content. So for those of you guys, again, that are like a little bit more adventurous, like QR codes, I know that QR codes have kind of become back in popularity due to the virtual world that we're in. So if you guys want to create a property flyer and have a QR code to like your virtual property tour or website or what have you, you can create those right here in Canva and link it to the piece that you're creating. So there's lots of fun, cool things that you can integrate into Canva if you want to take it to the next level. I'm not going to be getting into too much of that today, but if you have a question, I'm super happy to like go over it with you. Where I want to focus our attention today is on the templates category. So you've got your social media, personal business. I don't actually know if there's something that Canva cannot create, to be honest with you. I have tried. I have made t-shirts with Canva. I've made postcards with Canva. I've done all kinds of things with Canva, and it's never disappointed me. So I can tell you guys right now that the print marketing is good quality in case you're looking for another resource. The t-shirt marketing was actually really great as well. So again, I don't know if there's something that Canva can't do when it comes to having the right template for you. As you create pieces, you'll notice that there's an all your designs tab. If I click on here, it's actually going to show me all of my designs that I have saved. Nice thing about Canva too is that it does save everything you do. So there is no save button. It's constantly saving your work as you're working on it. So you never have to worry about your computer crashing, shutting down, any of that stuff, which we all know is super important, especially during the times when we're having Wi-Fi outages all the time, right? Or blackouts due to the heat. So don't worry too much about that. Your recent designs will give you the most recent pieces that you've been working with. If you're collaborating with people, I know between me and our marketing team at Coldwell Banker Coastal Alliance, we share pieces on Canva all the time that we work on together. Like recently we did a virtual home showing brochure that we wanted to share with our agents. And so we were going back and forth. So you can actually share pieces, and that's where all your pieces will be here if you have a collaboration type of situation going on. Something else that's really cool, I'm gonna actually click on this one called Brand Kit. Here's where you can actually house what you would consider like your brand go-tos. So a lot of us, when we have really good social media skills, we have consistent colors, we have consistent fonts and things that we use as far as what our brand would be consisting of. So you can upload your logos here at the top. So obviously I have my Home with Nick, my like real estate logo that would be mine. And I've also got our company logo here as well. And you guys can do this too. And you can have as many as you want. So if you have multiple brands or different logos or different shapes, sizes, what have you, you can have as many of these as you want inside your brand kit, which is really a nice feature. That's somebody else in my waiting room. Guys, stay on the call once you get on the call. All right, so you can have your logos up here. Here under brand colors, you guys can have as many palettes as you'd like. For me, I'm a big fan of this orange and blue. If you want to try to get the exact blue of Coldwell Banker, so you can have that color saved as well. Maybe there's a white, it's hard to get the right white sometimes. So if there's a white color that you want, you can go ahead and save it. And all you have to do is click on this little plus sign here. And it's literally going to give you every color under the sun. And like, let's say I want this color here, but I want it to be more of a blue. I can slide this back and forth until I get the right color. And now forevermore, I've got this bluey gray ready to go, and it will show up as I'm creating designs, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. Over here, you've got your fonts. Again, there's I would say there's hundreds of fonts inside of Canva. You guys know if you've ever played with a program like this, it's sometimes hard to find the right font again if you like something. Again, you can have as many fonts as you want to saved here. So again, I have this Gaggelin, which I just think is kind of a fun font. And then this Lato font that I like too. It's kind of like a Helvetica in a way. But these are the two that I have saved. You can have, again, as many as you'd like. All you have to do is click on the pencil over here and you can change it to whatever you would like and it will stay here. So that's another nice feature. Something else you're going to notice inside of Canva is that some of the fonts are going to be part of the free plan with Canva. Some are going to be part of the upgraded version. If you see a little crown next to anything throughout Canva, that usually means that it's part of the pro version. So if it's asking you to swipe a credit card or pay for something, it would be part of the pro account. So it might want you to actually, letting somebody else into our class here. It might actually want you to upgrade your account in order to have access to those. Usually you can find a lot of good workarounds. There's usually a lot of good free fonts in there. There's really no need to do that. Something else that they just released on Canva is the content planner. So for those of you that have always wanted an automatic system set up for your social media to post for you, they finally have it. This, I have to tell you guys, out of everything Canva has come up with lately, this has got to be the best thing ever, because you literally can click on any day of the week that you want. Like, let's say this Friday, I want a piece to go out. I can click on this plus sign, create a design, or choose something that I've already created, and I can automate it to go out to whatever Facebook, Twitter, what have you. The only thing it won't post to, as far as I can tell right now, is your Instagram. So that is a bummer. I know some people are going to be like, gosh darn it. But it will post to your Facebook business page, all of that stuff. So I just think this is the coolest thing ever. Just kind of as a practice, I scheduled this piece that we're actually going to be recreating together today. And it's set to go out this Friday at 12:27 in the afternoon to my Home with Nick Facebook page. And it allows you to write a post and save and schedule it. So that's how it works. You plug in the piece, you set the time, where you want it to actually go. There's other options to schedule it too. This is what it gives you. So anything from a Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn profile, so on and so forth. So it gives you several options and you can have it go to multiple destinations. I just think this is such a game changer as far as social media posting goes, because I know a lot of you like to use like Buffer or some of those other sites to post to multiple platforms. I think Canva is going to win our hearts over just because it's got so much creative possibilities. So I don't have a ton of experience with the content calendar. As I get more familiar with it, I'll let you guys know how it goes. But from what I can tell, it's amazing. So I'm really excited to use it. Here's all of your folders. For those of us that like to be very organized, you can have as many folders as you'd like. And as you're creating designs, you can store them in different folders as you see fit. So whether it be like just listed material, just sold material, client testimonial pieces, maybe you want a folder just for your Facebook or just for your Instagram, whatever you want. You can go ahead and do all of that right through this backend area here, just by clicking on create a new folder here in the top corner. How are we doing so far? Are we okay? Pretty simple stuff, right? I mean, I feel like Canva is one of those things that you got to just get in here and play with it, because it's just a creative tool, right? But we are going to work on some design today as well. Let me check my chat real quick. Okay, cool. So those are your tabs. Like, that's what you see when you go to Canva and you've got all the tabs on your front screen here, right? I'm going to go back to home, and we're actually going to look at a couple of things so I can walk you through some of the more creative aspects of Canva. So let's go here. Like, one of my favorite things to do is to do YouTube thumbnails, right? That's what I like to do because I like my YouTube channel a lot. So YouTube thumbnail here, I'm going to click on that. That's the template I'm going to search for. And notice how it gives you like a million different designs. You can search for whatever you would like here. And I like to steal content from Canva. Like, I don't want to reinvent the wheel. So if I love the way something looks, I'll just take it and maybe tweak the background image, tweak the font, and call it a day. I'm not going to, again, reinvent the wheel. But let's say I go ahead and like this one over here real quick, or actually let's go ahead and choose this one up here, the Get Ready With Me. Maybe some kind of fashion blog or what have you. I'm gonna walk you guys through what are some of the possibilities. Okay, I'm waiting for my screen to load. Okay, great. So again, you've got templates over here to the side, and you've got all these tabs here, and you've got all these tabs here at the top. So all of them are different creative possibilities, right? So as I click on this image here, you'll notice that there's this blue bar that has highlighted itself around what is essentially the background image, right? So let's say I like the font, I like the orange, you know, the backdrop that they've kind of like little shape that they've given me behind the font here. I like the emoji, but I'm not super keen on this photo. Maybe I want it to be a photo of myself or a different background. You've got different choices off here to the side. So this very top tab, I'm gonna focus off to the left-hand side of the screen real quick. You've got uploads. You can upload photos, whatever you would like, right? So I want it to be something like this here. And I want to go ahead and I can go ahead and stretch this image off here to the side because maybe I'm showcasing a property or something like that, but I can go ahead and showcase that to the side. Now, something that didn't necessarily come with me just a moment ago, I don't know if you guys saw, were those orange bars or whatnot, right? So I kind of lost those as I brought this image into view, which is going to be my new background. I can go ahead and actually highlight all of these together, and I can use a function at the very top that says group because I want to keep everything together when I'm actually transitioning the background out. So I can go up here to this group option here. Now it's grouped together. So as I click on the option here, I can then click on position as well, and I can make sure that it's at the forefront. So as I stretch this image out now, it should stay together because I have grouped it together. Hope you guys caught that. So it allows you to basically group stuff together if you want to keep it together as one piece. Or again, I can also go back and hit ungroup, and I can go ahead and then move pieces out by themselves. So I can just take the get ready with me. I can just take the the bar in the back of it out, and I can change and do whatever I'd like to do with it there, right? And every time you click on a different image, all of the tabs here are at the top. So just like I clicked on the font a moment ago, I've got the size option here. I can go ahead and make it bigger, smaller, what have you. I can go ahead to this little emoji here and I can change the colors. Now, not every image that you guys are going to play with is going to give you the option to change the colors. So you'll notice here, it's got these three here. Sometimes there won't be that option for you if it's a customized image that's been created, but this one will let me change like the little brown to maybe black. If I don't like the yellow that they're using for the actual face, maybe I want it to be a little more animated that way. The pink maybe should be more of a red, so on and so forth. But you can actually change those things about that image there, right? The other thing too that's kind of fun is you can actually go with a little transparency image here at the very top too. So I can actually take this down if I want to have them fade a little bit more,
baby.
in and out, whatever you'd like to.
Careful, baby.
Is somebody
Careful, princess.
talking?
Careful, princess.
Hold on, guys. I've got somebody talking. Okay, I think we're good. Hey guys, please mute yourselves if you're chatting it up, not to be harsh or anything like that. It's just really hard for me to watch everybody at the same time while I'm doing this. So again, those are some of the fun things that you can do. You can also create a hyperlink to this piece if you want to, so that you can share it with people. That's just for upload. So again, I popped in an image in the back just to kind of show you guys. I played with some of the fonts and the shapes and kind of moving this guy around and doing some things with him here. The other thing that you can do too is find photos. So let's say I'm not a big fan of this and I want to use something else. You can type anything you'd like here at the very top. Let's just say coffee, for instance. And you've got all these amazing images of coffee, right? Oop. So again, we're saying get ready with me is kind of the theme I've got here. Look at this image here, which is kind of cool. And go ahead and plop this guy in here. Go ahead and take this. And now it's covering up some of the stuff that I had earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the position tab at the top, send it to the back. And now I've got my pieces here with me, right? And now I can't really see the color font that I have. So maybe I'll change that to like a blue. So now you can see it there. So that's kind of just something just to give you kind of an idea of what you could potentially do as far as swapping out the background with just an image that's provided by Canva. The other thing cool too is you have elements here. You can plop in different shapes. That's where this little guy came from, this little kissy face emoji here, depending on what you want to do. As you click on the images, you'll notice that they'll pop in over here to the side. And you can go ahead. Some of them are animated like this one, which is kind of cool for your, Instagram or Facebooks. They'll actually keep animated through as you transition them to those social media platforms. You can also add text, which is through here. Some of them, again, are animated, some are not. So depending on what you want to do, as you go ahead and click on these here, you'll notice that they'll populate over into your platform here. And then if I click on the actual font itself, it's going to allow me to change it up here at the top. And again, I can change the font. Maybe I like the 2 different fonts here. Maybe I want to change them to my Gaglin font, or maybe I want to change the top one to my Lato font. Because again, my branded fonts are ready to go for me. So whatever you want to do, it can be changed, just so you guys know. So we'll go ahead and change that down a little bit there. Again, you'll notice that this is a customized font. The Gaglin font that I like is a customized font, so it's not letting me actually go in and change the bold or italicized options here. Some are going to let you do that, but if they're a customized font, they will not let you do that. So some of the more basic ones will give you those options, some will not. You can also change the way the font is either centered or off to the left or off to the right by just clicking on the tab there. So you'll notice that my confetti option is kind of dancing across the screen as I click on whether I want it to be centered or off to the right-hand side or left-hand side of my square here. Also, you've got a bullet pointed option. So let's say I wanted to actually make a list. For those of you that are looking to create like a cool marketing plan, or maybe the top 5 things you should do in COVID with real estate, or whatever you're trying to create in here, the possibilities are endless. You can also create a list. So by clicking on this, it'll bullet point. It'll do a number for me, or again, it'll go back to no bullet point at all. The other cool thing to do is you can create spacing options here. So you'll notice that the letters can be spaced outward. So it'll kind of change the way the font appears to you. You also can change your line height. So if you actually have stuff that's stacked, kind of like this one here, you can also change your line height, which will give you some kind of fun. You can kind of pull it closer together or pull it further apart, however you want to do it, right? Those are just some options as far as getting creative and changing pieces that you guys see out there. So they just came out with this option as well. It's called styles. So sometimes we have issues creating like the perfect color palette for those of us that are maybe wanting to be creative, but maybe not so great at it sometimes. As I like to say, they're giving you guys some actual templates here to play with, which is kind of cool. So feel free to, again, play around with these, kind of almost like brand packages that are built out for you already. Because I think the issue with Canva in the past was that it was almost too free. There wasn't anything to kind of go off of. So now they've got these brand packages built in here for you. So let's say you love this color scheme and love this font. You can go ahead and click on this and it will give you those options for your piece as well, which is pretty fun. Videos is another tab here. I don't have a ton of experience with the videos tab here. Again, these are moving graphics off to the side. These are great for those of you that are looking to do like a social media, like a cover photo that actually moves on your Facebook business pages. These are great for event pages that you're hosting on social media. They can be really cool for a lot of variety of reasons. I haven't had the pleasure of playing with too many of them. A couple of them I did plug into my Facebook business page just to test out. This was months ago and it worked well. And you can splice them together back to back if you want to play with this. If you guys have a lot of success with this and this is really working for you, let me know because I would love to learn from you as well. The other thing that you can do over here is the background. So they've also got some more simple backgrounds. Let's say you don't want an image. You're not really happy with the coffee cup. You just want something super basic to go off of in the background of your image here. I can click on any of these backgrounds. And as soon as I click on it, it will transform my piece with that included. So that's kind of cool as well. And again, there's hundreds and hundreds of different backgrounds here, and you can type and search for different things at the very top. Let's say you're a big fan of marble. I think marble will come up as some options here that you can use. Everybody loves a little bit of Carrara marble in their life, so you can go ahead and do that as well. Any questions so far? Is it better to purchase the personal or small business? I would say purchase the personal account and then see if you need the small business. That would be my thing, because you can always upgrade. That's never an issue with the platform. So I would just say start out with the pro account if you're looking to buy the software to have all the possibilities. And if you feel like you're going to start collaborating with a lot of people or need that team member account, then you can go ahead and do that. Just remember that when you have a team and you guys are sharing a piece, as you edit it, you both can see the edits that are happening. So you can't really go back. It's kind of one of those things. Once it's changed, it's changed. There is always the option to use this little go back symbol at the very top. You guys see this little arrow here at the top here? I can actually go back and I can change certain things as I'm working on it. But once it's been passed to a team member, it's kind of there. So there is an undo button while you're working on the piece. There's also this resize option, which is cool too. Like, let's say I love what I've created here and I built it for my YouTube channel, but I'm thinking, you know, this also would be really great for my Instagram or my Facebook page too. If I go here to the resize option at the top, I can actually go ahead and find whatever I would like to transition this into. So let's just say a Facebook post. There's a little copy and resize option, which will bring me to another tab, or I can just resize the current piece that I'm on. So if I hit resize, it's now been completely resized to now fit a Facebook post. So that's another really cool feature too, so that you guys don't redo the work, because that's the other issue, right? Like you'll create something that you love, but then it doesn't fit every platform. Just go up there to the resize option and it will work for every platform. You've also got the file tab, so you can go ahead and name your design if you want to. It comes with this peach puff makeup photo shoot, but maybe I want to call it the waking up image or waking up thumbnail. So I can go ahead and change that. And then again, I can put it into one of my folders if I want to. I can add comments, so on and so forth, or just download it and make a copy. All kinds of things you can do. All right, if we're good there, then I'm gonna move on to actually showing you guys something that I created just this morning and then kind of walk you through how I did it. Are you guys good with that? Let me read the comments real quick and just make sure. So glad I jumped on this call again. I'm learning new stuff that I missed the last call. Okay, cool. Also, have you used it with an iPad? I have not used Canva on a mobile version. Well, I think I used it on my iPhone a little bit, but I'm not a big fan. I like to have it like in the open on my computer and do it this way. That's just my preference. I do know that there's a mobile version. Some people, that's all that they use it for, is on their like iPad or tablet. So more power to you. I don't have like any, I can't tell you like what would be the pro and the con of that though. Can you change the colors of the styles option? Yeah, the styles are just suggestions. So as soon as you click on one of the styles, you can then change anything about it that you want to. So that's, again, the nice part about Canva. They don't lock you to any which thing. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump into one of my recent designs. So I was thinking that you guys would be so great at doing like a video of a neighborhood tour. Like a lot of you guys are neighborhood experts, right? Or even city experts. And I thought, well, how cool would it be, especially during COVID, to editing this design will pause the scheduled post. Edit, that's okay. I thought, how great would it be to do like a video thumbnail of like a neighborhood tour? So this was a piece that I created this morning from scratch. So I'm going to show you guys kind of like how I got to this point. This is a YouTube thumbnail piece. Again, you can resize it into whatever you would like. But I'm going to go ahead and just up here at the very top, I'm going to add a page to kind of show you guys a blank version of this. So I'm going to start from scratch and show you like how I got there. Keep in mind at the top of all of your pieces, if you guys are looking to do multiple pieces sequentially, like give different examples of marketing that you want to do, you can always go ahead and add another page by clicking on here, or you can trash can the page that you're working on. Or just make a complete copy of this exact same thing and then tweak it and see which version you like best, right? So it's kind of a fun way to compare and contrast different things. There's also an arrow here at the top so that I can move stuff around. If I want to move this piece to the bottom instead of the top, I definitely can do that. Or I can move it back up to the top if that's what I want to do. Okay, so we're going to recreate this real quick and kind of show you a little walkthrough of what I have done just this morning to kind of show you the possibilities. So first off, I'm going to need my background, which was an image of a neighborhood. I thought that'd be appropriate if you're doing a neighborhood home tour video to have a picture of a background here. So I'm going to go to the Photos application inside of Canva. And at the top, basically, I just said it was a neighborhood home tour. So I typed in the word neighborhood. That's as basic as it is. And I just kind of scrolled through until I found a photo that I liked. And I think I happened to just choose this one here. So I'm going to click and I'm going to drag here. And then I'm just going to stretch it to the edge here. So now I've got my background. The next thing I want to do is play around with this frame. So the other cool thing about Canva is that you can play with frames, which means if you have an image, you can frame it kind of to be funky and funny. I like this pin drop shape because it looked to me kind of like one of those pins on a map. So under the frames tab, under elements, I'm going to go ahead and find my little frame that I used. And see how many there are. I mean, you could get carried away with this if you really wanted to. I've seen some people do some really cool stuff with letters too. So don't be afraid of playing with those as well. I think I just used this guy, this one down here. So I'm going to go ahead and click that guy, put him down there. And notice how it's blank in the middle. So what it's asking for is an image. So I'm going to go over here to my uploads because I took a photo of myself in the car. And under uploads, and again, guys, keep in mind, you can upload images, do whatever you want here. You can drag and drop images in here and they will hold a lot of imagery in here for you. So as I hover over that, notice how it plops in there, and there I am. Simple and easy. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger because I think the one up here was a little bit bigger. I also didn't like the red. I'm more of the blue orange kind of guy. So I went ahead and clicked on the blue color to change the frame of that photo there. Okay, so I've got that part down. The next thing I did was I was like, we need some text. So I'm going to go over here to my text icon. And I think I just picked this very first one here and I changed a couple of things about it. So all you have to do is click and it's going to pop over here for you. So I'm going to move it down because I think I moved it down. And I'm going to change this top part to neighborhood. And I think it's way too big. I think it's like a 104. And then this one's going to be double click, tour. I also changed this top one to a different font, my Gaglin again, because I'm a spaz that way. And then notice how it's all blue right now. I'm going to go ahead and just click on the color at the top here, and I'm going to change the top part to white. And so it's going to give me that effect with the blue in the background. That's just how the font comes, by the way. I didn't do anything. That's just how they have it. Now this tour is a little bit too large, so I'm going to change that as well. Down to a 104. I think, oh, home tour is what I called it. My bad. Change that to maybe a little bit bigger. Okay, and I didn't like that color either, so I'm going to change that to the white color there. So we're getting there, we're getting there. I think this guy was a little bit bigger. Okay, so then we have also got these funky little arrows here as well, right? So those are kind of fun. So if you go over here to elements, and actually I just type in arrows at the top, honestly, that's how I do it. I like playing with the arrows part of the little images if you just search for them, but you can search for like houses, all kinds of stuff, whatever you want to do. And I think I used, which one? I used this guy here, this one right here. And notice how some say free, some are going to say pro, right? That's what I was talking about earlier. If it says free, you can use it. We'll go ahead and take this guy here. Now notice at the side of the image here, it's got this little like rotator option, right? So I can tilt it, do whatever I want to do. So I can go ahead and tilt it like that. I think I also changed the color, right? This guy's supposed to be orange. So I'll change him to orange. I think he's also behind my, oh no, I think he's in front. He's in front, so we're good. Okay, so we got that one there. I've also got another arrow up here at the top, which I think is different. So let me go ahead and find here under elements. Sorry guys, my computer's a little slow for comfort. And I think it was that guy there. I think it was this one here. So I'll go ahead and click on this arrow as well. Now I wasn't happy with it pointing the wrong direction. So if you go up here to this little flip icon, you actually can flip it horizontally. So notice how it changes like that. And then I can tip it a little bit and then give it the blue color that I like. Go ahead and do that. So now we're looking in business a little bit better. It's pretty close. We've got an underline here as well. So if you go up here and you just type in the word lines, you can actually go ahead and get the line that you want. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this guy in here. Now he's the wrong color, so we're going to change him to the white color. And we're going to tilt him a little bit to be in line with this home tour thing here. Still a little bit off. Now this, again, you guys can get as anal as you want to get, right? I mean, you can see how spazzy I am, but you don't have to be that spazzy if you don't want to. And then the other thing too is you notice how I have this kind of like nice shading like happening so that the bottom's a little smoky here, right? To give it a little bit more depth. If you go over here to elements, they've got these really cool shapes called gradients, and you can add a gradient shape. So here, gradients, this is one of my favorite things to mess with inside of Canva, because I think they give your piece just a lot more depth. And I like this one here, this like purple to clear. So I go ahead and take this guy, rotate him, and I'm just gonna drag it over like this until it fits the whole page. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now, obviously purple is the wrong color, right? So we're gonna go ahead and change this purple to white. And now we've got that smoky color, but it's blocking my stuff. So I gotta go position, and I'm gonna click on backward until I see all my pieces come through. So that's basically what I did. Now it's still a little bit smoky. You can play with this transparency thing here, so I can make it a little less smoky, a little more smoky. But that was kind of what the effect that I tried to give the piece, just to make my stuff that I did stand out a little bit more. So that's basically it, guys. From there, you basically want to schedule it, or you can go ahead and download the piece up here. Like I said, download it as a PNG file, which is a little higher quality. You have JPEG, PDF, whatever you want to use. If there's moving parts, it will let you download it as a video. That's up to you. You can increase the size or decrease the size. The size option is only available with the Pro account. I have noticed that that's a really cool feature if you guys are doing any kind of print marketing, that you want to increase the pixel quality. If it's digital, don't worry about the size. But again, if it's or the high res, don't worry about that. But again, if it's print marketing, it is a nice feature to be able to do that. And you would simply just download and go from there. Are there any questions on what I just did? No? Anything I can answer in chat? Yes, this is definitely being recorded.
Where did it download to? I didn't see an option.
Just to my computer. So up here, I can go ahead and hit download.
So it'll be in your download file.
In my download file, exactly. So as I click download, it says it's preparing my design. And then when it's ready, it's gonna go ahead and create, because there's 2 images that I just created. It's gonna create a zip file. If it was just a singular image, it would just be sitting right there by itself. But you also have the option to share this too. Like if you're ready to, or share this with people, sorry. That's what I was gonna try to show you. Share up under the 3 little dots. You can share to your Facebook page right this second. If you have like a shared Dropbox file or Google Drive, I know for my marketing team, that's like everything is sharing things through Dropbox. So if you have a cloud-based system, these are great ways to share it as well. Yeah, I mean, and again, there's so much more that Canva can do, but at the end of the day, it's really built to be a creative place for you guys to put your marketing ideas to work without costing you, an arm and a leg, which is the nice feature. Check the chat. Can you change the thumbnails on Facebook videos? Can you change the thumbnails on Facebook videos? I don't know. I mean, you can create one here. I don't know if you could change. I haven't really played too much around with the thumbnails on Facebook. Obviously, YouTube, I can tell you that you can. I haven't played around with that too much, but I'll let you know. I don't see why you couldn't, I guess would be my comment back to that. And if you struggle with that, let me know. But I can let you know. Who asked that question, just so I remember. Oh, Rob did. Yeah, no worries. All right. Any other questions, guys? Other than that, I don't know if I kept you here all day or we're like 15 minutes before the hour. Again, feel free to go in there. If anybody wants me to do a quick run through on something else, I'm more than happy to do that for you. Just let me know. Other than that, have fun playing with Canva.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries, guys.